Hey guys, this is Lisa from NYC Gal House. I hope you guys can hear me. There is a thunderstorm going on and I'm in my sunroom. Anyway, let's talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 6 premiere episode. Lisa Barlow was not on this episode, but I am going to title this recap the Lisa Barlow episode because legit, this shows me that she is valuable. The fact that this woman was not on the episode at all, not even with a confessional, but the whole entire episode was centered around Lisa, that means that this show cannot be carried on without her because they had all the opportunities in the world to talk about anything and everything besides from Lisa, but they pivot to Lisa Barlow. Anyway, so the premiere episode started off with Angie saying that 3 years ago, her and Sean bought an RV and like now she's, I don't know, Paul Bunyan or some shit. But somehow she was able to loop Mary into hosting it with her. And Mary's just like, how the hell did I get dragged into this? Because this is not something that I would do. It was kind of, I don't know, it was a little weird. Everybody from season 5 came back to season 6. And the premiere episode started without Lisa. Lisa claims that she has some business venture to do where she was going to be kikiing with Blake Lively and Ben Affleck. I don't know how true it is or isn't. So the ladies are in an RV. They go to some campsite somewhere. They're like really living the pioneer woman life. And, you know, they break up into groups to go fishing and to go kayaking. But I will say, though, Brittany, she's still annoying AF, but she's a little bit more tolerable this season, at least in this first episode, because what I really liked that her and Heather did was that the other ladies, Whitney, Ange, and Browen, they started feeling like, oh, okay, well, Lisa's not here. I could talk shit about her, which is what they did. Brittany and Heather, they both were like, no, just because she's not here, you're not going to like be bad-mouthing her. And what I really like is, you know, if you're a real friend, don't tell me what somebody else was saying about me behind my back. Tell me what you said to defend me. So I really like that Heather and Brittany stood up for Lisa. Brittany said to Whitney, like, no, like, you're trying to like throw shade at Lisa because she's not here. And she said something like, you know, what about your business? She's talking about Whitney Rose's whole MLM bullshit. I mean, this woman had like basically from the start of her entrepreneurship, she's basically been accused of like having skincare made from wherever and just slapping a label onto it. But these are generic skincare that you could buy in bulk from Alibaba and whatever else. And she's been accused of having MLM pyramid scheme, her and her husband. And then, you know, that whole thing with her jewelry with Alibaba and whatever else. So they get a little back and forth into it. When they get into the campsite, Browen decides to bring up Lisa's lawsuits and whatever, and Meredith is like, look, when you're in business, it's normal to like, you know, take out loans and all this other stuff. Angie was trying to do something by comparing Lisa's lawsuits to like Jen Shaw. Heather was just like, Angie K, what the fuck are you spewing out of your mouth? Angie is looking to replace Lisa and it's not happening. And I can see it very clearly that she wants to very badly. And then she backtracks and she's like, oh, okay, yeah, that was a bad joke. She's like, it was a bad analogy. And Heather is like, look, I don't like that, you know, talking about Lisa when she's not here. And they're all saying, you know, their BS about, oh, well, Lisa's done this and the other and whatnot, and Browen in particular. So Heather calls her straight out and was like, are you bringing up Lisa's, you know, messy lawsuits in retaliation for her calling you out when you're lying about a $4 million necklace? She cops to it in her confessional and whatever, and she cops to it in front of the ladies, basically saying that, you know, she wanted to impress the girls and be a part of the cool girl club. And Heather's basically like, you know, if you guys have like these issues, bring it up to Lisa's face. I find it really weird because in this whole entire camping trip, you know, they start talking shit about Lisa again. Angie tries again to bring up shit to talk about Lisa again. And what she said was when Heather and Browen, when they went kayaking, that they had a good time. Angie's like, oh, well, did you have a good time because Lisa wasn't here? Heather's like, Angie, don't start with your messy shit. And Angie's like, oh, well, you know, maybe you feel a little bit easier to act yourself when Lisa's not around. Heather's like, my issue with Browen has nothing to do with Lisa. Then Brittany gets into it with Whitney. I need Brittany and Whitney to go away, okay? Diddle Dum and Diddle Dweeb, or whatever the fuck they are from Alice in Wonderland, those two need to go, okay? The rhyming names need to go. They could go. Whitney starts talking about like how her business failed and all this other stuff, but like, here's the thing. And you don't get any sympathy from me. My business failed. I put all this money into it and blah, 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 blah. You're sitting there. You, Browen, and Angie are sitting there kind of gleefully absorbing whatever financial legal stuff that Lisa Barlow might or might not have with this lawsuit. You're obviously thinking, Rowan says, oh, it's in the Salt Lake Tribune. I guess in Utah, that's the equivalent of the New York Times. I don't know. I don't read that shit. But she's saying like, oh, it's out there. Heather's like, I didn't see it. Did you see it? You know why Heather didn't see it? Heather didn't see it because she's not out there digging up shit to use against her castmates. And that's why I like Heather. I know a lot of people want to give her shit about Jen Shah, the black eye, and all this other fucking shit. Like, I don't care. Don't like it when, first of all, I feel like Rowan, you try to talk big, act big. You're trying to be that girl. If you were really that girl, you would not be playing high school bullshit at a campfire, bringing up stuff that I feel like you wouldn't be comfortable to say to Lisa to her face. But I do like the fact that Heather and Brittany, they're standing on business. I don't know about Brittany. I think Brittany is just seeing Lisa as like the anchor of the show. So she's probably like, oh, let me get in good with her. But Heather, I like that Heather is like, no, that's my friend. We are moving towards having a real, solid relationship. I know she's closer to Meredith and she's known Meredith for longer, but that doesn't mean like me and Lisa can't have a genuine friendship. So I like that. It's so weird saying the name Lisa because that's my name. And it's like, it's so weird saying my name so many times. Like, I don't think I've ever said my own name this many times in a conversation before. But anyway, so I do like that Heather was standing on business. But at that campfire, Whitney, that is so hypocritical. You're sitting there saying like, boo-hoo, I had this business that failed and whatever, all the sympathy to you. But like, don't you three, Angie, you, Whitney, and you, Rowan, don't you find it a little hypocritical to be there talking about, businesses are hard, starting a business is hard, and blah, 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 blah. At the same breath, you're trying to basically drag Lisa through the mud for whatever she might or might not have with her businesses, her finance, her whatever. And then that weird comparison that Angie was trying to do, and Meredith is like, well, the state of Utah isn't coming after Lisa Barlow. The U.S. government isn't coming after Lisa Barlow. This is a civil lawsuit which hasn't even gone to trial yet. Angie K., this is why Meredith called you Jen Shah's WAP backup dancer. I don't even want to freaking dig through my archives to pull up that damn video, but if you guys are a fan of Salt Lake City, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this Angie, is why Meredith says she likes you better when you were Jen Shah's WAP music video backup dancer, because legit, you're trying too hard. You're trying too hard. That was the episode. The episode was all about Lisa. Season 6 premiere episode, the Lisa Barlow episode. And there you have it, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of the first episode. I mean, really? This is like a foreshadowing to Bravo executives. Oh yeah, we need Lisa Barlow. Because these ladies, they couldn't carry a scene without mentioning Lisa Barlow. This was their opportunity to shine, and they couldn't deliver. We need her back for, I don't know how many other seasons, but at this point, she's basically the Teresa Giudice or the Kyle Richards of Salt Lake City.